Just pick it out, fool. Like,
I'm picking it up.
Just pick it out, yeah. Like, it seems like it hurts, it don't hurt, fool.
I feel like it's hurting you, yeah.
Like the one in your
I
head.
know I'm about this life. What's going on, Faded Culture? My name is Sergio Barron, and we are back with another haircut tutorial. Today I got my boy sitting here on the chair, and I'm gonna show y'all step by step how to do a mid-skin fade with the flat top. I hope y'all enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like it, and also comment down whatever y'all did or didn't like about the video. But with that being said, let's just jump right into this tutorial. Alright guys, so first I'm gonna start by debulking a lot of this unwanted weight that we have right here so we can better see where we will be setting in our guidelines. I am gonna be using my WAHL seniors, and by the way, y'all can go ahead and use Faded10 at WAHL.com to get 10% off on any WAHL purchases that y'all do at WAHL.com. I said that twice, but whatever. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the 1.5 clip, and I'm gonna open the lever all the way on that clipper, and I'm gonna start debulking around the area that I know I am gonna be setting in my guideline. And also guys, we do have all these steps in written format down in the description for y'all that like to check it out. And we also have links to all the tools and products that we use as well. So go ahead and check that out if y'all like. But like I said guys, all we doing here is just debulking, getting rid of a lot of this excess hair so that we can make way and it'll be easier for us to see our guidelines when we come in to set in our barber guidelines. I'm gonna start off by using the clipper with no guard, lever fully open, and I'm gonna place this guideline a little bit right above the temple peak area, and then I'm gonna just make sure that it slants as I reach the back to create that little drop fade effect, and then just make sure that that guideline ends up in the same position but on the opposite side. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and grab that number 1 guard, lever fully open still for the next guideline, coming up about a finger length or about a ½ inch in space. And then just make sure that that line runs parallel to that previous line so that your fade is consistent. For reference, you can see here how much up and down I'm going in space. Once that line is done, I'm gonna go ahead and use my 1.5 clip, lever fully open, and I'm not so much worried about setting in another guideline here, but I'm trying to connect the side length to the top. As you see here, I'm using C-scoop motions just so that I don't cut up too much hair from the top, and I'm trying to sculpt out basically the sides so that they're a straight surface, if that makes sense. So yeah, but I'm only thinking that I'm going up and down in space about a ¼ inch. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and use the number 2 guard, still keeping that lever fully open and doing the exact same process that we did previously. Here you can see that I'm using a comb for reference just to kind of show me the direction that I want to come up with this guard. As you know that we are trying to create a flat top surface, so we're just trying to sculpt that out. So with this guard, just finish connecting the side length to the top. All right guys, so now we have this line right here. First, I'm gonna start with that ½ guard, and I'm gonna position the lever at 3/4. And for those that don't know what the lever at 3/4 is, it's basically just a spot right in between the lever being fully open and halfway open. So just find that middle ground in between those two spots, and that's gonna be your 3/4 spot. And we're just gonna start by blending out just the beginning part of this line. So I'm only moving up about a ¼ inch up and down at a time until you start seeing that line being blended out. And you're just gonna repeat this process until you have finished blending out most of that beginning of that guideline. And like I said, we're only moving up and down about a ¼ inch in space, trying to soften up that guideline. If you feel like it creates some dark areas right above, don't worry, don't try to chase it with this guard. We'll come back with the higher guard right now to finish blending it out. So like I said here, you'll be able to see some darker areas that were left behind. For that, we're gonna use the number 1 guard, still keeping that lever in that 3/4 position, and we're gonna use that guard to finish taking out the rest of this guideline. So just using soft strokes and using more so the corner of the clipper. As you see, I have it here more in an angled position. That's gonna help me get in there in a more detailed fashion so I can blend out this guideline as smooth as possible. And then once you're done blending out that guideline, we can go ahead and proceed by setting in our next guideline. I'm gonna set it right here, about right on top of where the bottom hair was left. And with this guideline, I'm setting it in with my trimmer so that it can be as bald as possible. Well, not as bald as possible, because we're gonna still come back in with the shaver. But here, I'm gonna go ahead and just focus on blending out this guideline a small section at a time, starting from right here. with the clipper lever closed. And I'm only working about a 1/4 inch in space again, so that we don't blend out too much. And then when I'm done with that, I'm gonna go ahead and open the lever to the halfway spot, continue blending. And as you come higher, guys, you're gonna notice that line already starting to be blended out. By the time you get to the lever positioned all the way open, it should be real minimal what you're taking out, and you're just kind of fine-tuning the rest of the fade. And then you're just gonna repeat that process along that line until that line is completely blended out. Again, guys, just starting with the clipper lever closed, then you open it halfway, and then you open it all the way until that line is as blended out as smoothly as possible. And just so y'all know, guys, all my tools are zero gapped, meaning they do cut as bald as possible. I do have a video down in the description if y'all like to check it out, so y'all can adjust y'all's tools to cut like mine. And also, guys, thank y'all so much for everyone that's been visiting our website at fadedculture.com, and it's been buying and showing us a ton of love. That just influences us to keep making these videos, and then just kind of keep pushing us to keep helping out the community. But here we're pretty much done with blending out that guideline. Next, I'm gonna come in with the half guard lever at 3/4, and this is called the touch-up work. I'm just looking for any little inconsistencies in the fade, little dark spots, and kind of pinpointing them out and blending them out just to get the fade just as smooth as possible. And then after we're done with the little touch-up work, we're gonna come in and use our trimmers to take out the rest of the bottom of the hair to prepare it for our shaver. And now with the shaver, just go ahead and just shave up whatever you took out with that trimmer, just so that you can get it as bald as possible. And if you feel you left some hard lines in that fade with that shaver, just come back in with your trimmer and quickly blend them out. And if you feel like you still need to be doing touch-up work here and there as you work through this process, go ahead and come back with your clipper and do so. Don't feel discouraged to do that. And here I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of box out the front area just so that we can prepare it to set in our edge up. On the edge up, guys, I always take a step back from the middle, get a good broad look of the forehead area, and kind of determine where I want my line to be. So I start from the middle and move my way off to one side, create that box, and then just work back to the other side to create that line to go across as straight as possible. And then just detail it till you get it as clean as possible. So now that we're done with the fade, I'm gonna go ahead and start prepping my Turkish razor so I can start shaving it. And I like to snap off these edges on the side, and you just insert it right there. It has like a little gap right there in the front of the Turkish razor, and that's where you just insert the blade at your preferred exposure. I can find this razor holder and the blades at fadedculture.com, guys. I'd like to check it out. Then apply a little bit of shaving gel throughout all the areas that I am gonna be shaving. And this is always just gonna help with any kind of skin irritation, so you don't get that razor burn. And it just helps that hair slide off a lot easier than when you're dry shaving. And here I always use my opposite hand to tug on the skin to create that tension to better help that blade slide easier. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and start cleaning out his goatee area by trimming just the mustache area with the 1 guard lever open. Then coming in with my trimmers and just box that up as clean as possible. Get those hairs that hang over the lip. Then just kind of line up the top of the lip and the sides just to prepare that hairline for that straight razor. He also likes to take away the hair that's under his lip right here, just to create a straight square right under it. And I won't shave the bottom of his neck area just because he does get ingrown hairs in that area. That tends to happen with a lot of people that have curly hair. So always ask and consult with your client and make sure they can school you on that. Make sure that, you know, if they know they're prone to getting ingrown hairs, just have them let you know from the get-go. That way you're not there shaving that area so that they don't get all these ingrown hairs when that hair starts to grow back out. And then when you're shaving with your straight razor in detail areas like this, guys, make sure you have your clients help you by telling them to kind of use their tongue to push out certain parts of the skin to help you get in there in those small areas. And now this part is optional, but if y'all like to add enhancements to the lineup, go ahead and mix equal parts of water with hair dye and an air compressor gun, and then just lightly apply them on there. Y'all can find all these tools and products, like I said, guys, down in the description. All right guys, so we're pretty much done with the fade and the facial hair. So now what I'm gonna do is really pick the hair out as much as possible. That way we can start sculpting it into that box shape that we're looking for. For this, you will need a steady hand. So if you're not comfortable in the beginning doing so, just take your time, maybe practice with the clipper alone, maybe go outside, practice on your grass, lay on the floor and do whatever you gotta do to build that steady hand. And when you're ready, come back in and, you know, take your time. And you're just sculpting out the shape of a box. So it's gonna be flat on top and flat on the sides. Y'all can even practice like Edward Scissorhands and go trim out some bushes or whatever y'all are into. All right guys, so if y'all made it to the end of the video, I'm gonna do another giveaway. I'm gonna start trying to do a giveaway every video, so make sure y'all pay attention, because sometimes we'll just mention it throughout the video, sometimes at the end, sometimes in the beginning, so just so we know y'all paying attention. But I'm gonna go ahead and give away one of these hats, because Sidney said he liked his hat, so I'm gonna give him one, and I'm gonna give one of y'all viewers one. So yeah, go to the Instagram, the Faded Culture Instagram, which is Faded Culture _, and then just comment a cap emoji on our latest Instagram post on that page, and I'm gonna just go ahead and pick a random winner so that I can ship y'all this cap right here. It's a green Faded Culture cap. But with that being said guys, I hope y'all really enjoyed this tutorial on a mid-skin fade with a flat top. I was gonna say flat top on top. I hope y'all enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know down in the comments what other tutorials or suggestions y'all would like to see on this channel. My name is Sergio Barron, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the next video. Peace.